Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to typography. This is typography G340. So this is introduction to week one, and I'm going to do that by first I want to do is I want to just go through the assignments and draw your attention to the late assignments and the college policy on late work. Please read that and make yourself familiar with it. If I refer to late assignment policy in any of your grading, I'll direct you to this to this announcement right here. So, and then we have our accessibility statement. Nothing's changed there, just the location. That remains the same. Everything there is self-explanatory. If you have any questions there, please don't hesitate to contact me. Welcome to typography. Just to introduce myself and to assure you that I'm a nice guy and I'm pretty easy to work with. So you don't have to be afraid to approach me for any reason whatsoever. I'm not going to make you feel like you did something wrong. I know that we're all trying to learn, and I completely understand that. So please don't hesitate to contact me for fear that you're going to be made to feel like you're missing something, because that is certainly not my welcome policy. I'm perfectly fine with you guys contacting me for anything whatsoever, so please keep that in mind. Okay, review the course syllabus, go to the learning modules, and copy my number and keep it. Okay, and then I came up here, and then we have this writing support, and this supports you in everything from your citation management tools to your research guidelines. So this is a wonderful asset. That's why I kept it open here in your announcements area. And then of course we have our course schedule. I think it's a great idea to take a look at that guy every week just to see what's coming up and to see if you have any questions or comments regarding what is due and when it's due. How to keep organized. This is just a little tidbit on how you possibly could keep a dedicated folder on your desktop to address the course issues and to keep your files all neatly stored and organized. Okay, and then all the way up here I have this welcome to week one. And just a couple of things I want to say here. Now I just want to start by saying you have to cite your sources in this class. Okay, and we use MLA citation formatting, so that's something to keep in mind. If you need to brush up on your MLA formatting, here's a link right here that will take you right to the library guides for MLA style guide for writing, and that's right from Shapiro Library, so you can be guaranteed that that's an outstanding source. Oh, this is good, and I think this is good, and I try to keep this open for everyone. Please refer to this. It's such a wonderful list, and elements and principles of design are something that are universal. They don't change. There are some different examples, and some folks have different interpretations. Nonetheless, they don't change. If you take a look at any elements and principles of design list, you'll really get a nice idea of what those, and they're great. It's really good to keep those open and refreshed in your memory when you're doing critiques, especially. Okay, save your files. Here's your naming requirements for assignments and discussion boards. Okay, it's just simple. Last name, your last name first, then you're followed by your first name, then underscore and the assignment. And then I give a little example there for you. Okay, now please hand your work in time. Now this is important, guys. I want you to listen up here, okay? Here's why I want you to hand your work in on time. You can make it up later or have all session to do that. So in other words, once you hand the work in, as long as it's a dedicated effort, then that's great. That's open. That means you turn the work in. That gives you the rest of the session to work on that, since it's already been submitted. Okay. If you don't submit something, you only get a week. You only have 1 week to make it up, and then it's a 0. Okay, so remember, zeros have 1 week to be made up, and then then you just get your grade with the penalty. The other way, if you do it the other way, just if you're not completely done with the assignment, submit what you have along with a note stating that you're submitting for what you have, because that does not by any means give carte blanche to anybody to turn work in late. That's not the idea here. If you turn work in late, you'll be penalized for it. I mean, that's only fair. Everyone else is busting their chops to get the work in on time, so I think it's really fair that if you don't get it in on time and everyone else does, then I'm sure that it would be reasonable to look at some point deductions for that. Please hand work in time. I just read that, so I'm not going to read that again. Then here, this video here is going to help you with week 1 short paper. And you know what? I got this note here. If you don't see the video, please refresh your browser. And that just means going right up here, right here, in whatever browser you use, and just click that little refresh button. And there's the video. Okay, and then we have, please review the final project. And this is just a little tidbit snippet of what the final project is. But I give you a link right here to take you right to the rubric. And I give you an example. This is an example of the final project. That's the portrait. That's how it was prepared in Illustrator. And that's how it was prepared as a typographic portrait. Okay, and I'll leave that up for a few days so you guys can study that. Okay, and basically that is all I have for week 1. Let me just do this real quick. Let's go over to learning modules, because I like to do this. I like to go module 1. Let's look at this. What do we have to do? We have our word cloud, our favorite vacation destination. That's really easy assignment, so I'm not even really going to go through that, but there's your rubric. This is pretty self-explanatory. If anybody needs help with this, just give me a holler. I'll be glad to. But I just don't see taking class time to describe this, as it's very, very well described, very straightforward. Then you have a short paper, your history of typography, then your final project review. Hey, listen, man, I just want to remind you guys, when you're working on your work, when you're working, I want you to keep in mind the final project as kind of like an end target that we're doing. So in all of your typefaces, really start getting on this early, because you need to choose a good image and a lot of variables, as you will find out. This is, I know you're looking at this going, wow, final project looks pretty easy. It's not easy, and we shall see. All right, so that's all I have, guys. Welcome to week 1, and I'm here. And I really take that open door policy thing pretty seriously, guys. So if you need me at any time, I have office hours 5 nights a week. I'm here from 6 till 9, 5 nights a week. So that's Eastern Standard Time too, by the way. If you call me and I don't answer, it's probably because I'm on with another student. So leave a message and I'll get back with you, and also back up anything in an email. Okay. All right, guys, that's all I have. Great job. I will see you guys in discussion board. Thanks.